Hi everyone, this is Miss Elizabeth. So this week I wanted to share with you the story of La Sylphide, not to be confused with Les Sylphides. So La Sylphide is done in 2 acts. Act 1. In a Scottish farmhouse, James, a young Scotsman, sleeps in a chair by the fireside. A sylph gazes lovingly upon him and dances around him. She kisses him and then vanishes when he suddenly wakes. James wakes his friend, named Gurn, from his sleep and asks him about the sylph. Gurn denies seeing the creature and reminds James that he is shortly to be married. James dismisses the sylph and the incident and promises to forget about it. A little later on, James's fiancée, Effie, arrives with her mother. James kisses her, but is startled by a shadow lurking in the corner. Thinking his sylph has returned, he runs over, only to find a witch kneeling at an hearth. James is very upset and disappointed. Effie and her friends ask the witch to tell them their fortunes, and the witch agrees. She tells Effie that James loves someone else, and she will marry Gurn instead. James is furious. He forces the witch from the hearth and throws her out of the house. Effie and her bridesmaids hurry upstairs to prepare for the wedding, and James is left alone in the room. As he stares out the window, the sylph appears before him and confesses her love to him. She weeps at his apparent indifference. James tries to resist at first, but, amazed by her beauty, he gives in and kisses her. Gurn, who spies at that moment from the window, runs off to tell Effie what has happened. When Effie and her friends enter after hearing Gurn's report, the sylph disappears. The guests think Gurn is simply jealous and laugh at him. Everyone dances, forgetting the event. The sylph re-enters again before the wedding and attempts to distract James. As the bridal procession forms, James stands apart and looks upon the ring he is about to place on Effie's finger. The sylph snatches the ring, places it on her own finger, and rushes into the forest. James hurries after her to get the ring back. The guests are confused with James' sudden departure, and Effie is left heartbroken. Act 2. In the forest, the witch dances around a cauldron. She reaches into it and pulls out a magic scarf. In another area of the forest, James enters with the sylph, who shows him her charming home. She brings him berries and water, but avoids his embrace. To cheer him up, she summons her sisters, who enter and perform their airy-like dances. James is delighted and joins in before they all flee for another part of the forest. Meanwhile, the wedding guests have been searching for James. Gurn finds his hat, but the witch appears and convinces him to say nothing. She also urges Gurn to propose to Effie. He does, and Effie accepts his proposal. When they have all left, James enters and the witch meets him. She tosses him the magic scarf and tells him the scarf will blind the sylph to him so she cannot fly away. She instructs him to wind the scarf around the sylph's shoulders. When the sylph returns and sees the scarf, she allows James to place it around her. As James embraces the sylph with the scarf, her wings fall off, and she dies in his arms. Suddenly, a joyful wedding procession led by Effie and Gurn crosses his vision. James then sees the sylph in the heavens. He collapses, and the witch believes justice has triumphed. The end. I hope you all have enjoyed the story this week, and we'll be doing another one next week. Bye, guys.